Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and most WTF moment filled episode of The Walking Dead. What I thought of it. This was of course Denai Guiara's last episode of the series. I'm not sure if she's going to appear in the Rick Grimes movie trilogy or not. The Talking Dead is currently on right now, and for all I know, they may be covering that, or maybe they're not. I'm not sure yet. But basically, spoiler alert, she survived. They did not kill her. And I've got some thoughts on that. Now, before I begin, of course, please be warned, as I just said a moment ago, this is a spoiler-filled episode review. If you're not caught up on The Walking Dead by this episode or the past couple of episodes, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. First and foremost, I absolutely loved the alternative history of the show. What I mean by that is while Michonne was tripping and hallucinating due to the drugs or whatever the shit that Virgil gave her, I loved seeing an alternative, more evil side of Michonne. What if she never saved Andrea? What if she threw in with the Saviors rather than Rick and his people? What if her first time meeting Rick and his people was when she was granted the honor by Negan to execute everybody that fateful night, the night that in reality when Negan murdered Glenn and Abraham? What if she was a savior? What if she was his right-hand woman? And what if she killed Glenn or Abraham? Although it looks like from that alternative history, she killed Glenn when he and Heath were going to kill her and Laura in that room when she was a savior. So overall, just a huge fan of the alternative history stuff. That was very, very exciting and intriguing to me. It made me really go, what if this had happened instead of everything we currently know about Michonne? From the moment she set foot on the show all the way up to now, what if she was actually with the Saviors the whole time? It is an interesting scenario to ponder and think about. So I really enjoyed that. It's a bit unclear about the stuff going on with Herschel. I was a little unclear as to why he was keeping those people captive. Like, what was he doing with them? Was he subjecting them to the same drugs he gave to Michonne? Did he want Michonne to kill him in the end? That part was a little confusing to me. But overall, what I was primarily focused on was Michonne in this episode. And I thought they gave her a hell of a send-off. I mean, again, I don't know if she's definitely going to go to the Rick Grimes movie trilogy, but they certainly set it up that way. I mean, she finds two new survivors who seem to be wearing self-made cowhides almost, like, or blankets, whatever you want to call them. And there's this massive, massive caravan of survivors that looks like something out of the westward expansion when people were pushing out west after the Civil War. You've got a caravan of people in what sounded like horses, possibly horse-pulled carriages and wagons, and thousands or maybe 1,000 people all walking in the same direction. Where are they going? Who the hell knows? But hopefully we will find out soon enough somewhere down the line. Overall, excellent performance by Denai Guiara. You know, it was emotional. It was heartfelt. You know, she had a chance to at least say, of all the characters to say goodbye to, it was fitting that it was her children. So at least she got to have one last radio communication with her children. She got to know that everybody was okay for the most part, that Alpha had been defeated, although Judith didn't elaborate as to saying how. In fact, when those two were communicating, we don't know what point in time they were communicating with one another. It's possible this episode occurs long after this season, the rest of this season wraps up and the Whisper War concludes, no matter how that may or may not conclude. So we don't really know, but it was reassuring to see that Michonne knew she was leaving her kids in safe hands and that her friends and family were okay. They were going to be just fine without her. They would miss her, but they would be just fine without her. And I thought it was so incredibly powerful, just emotionally powerful of Judith to tell her mom it's okay to go look for Dad. Go get Rick. If he's out there, if there's even the slightest chance that he is alive, go get him. What if he's trying to make his way back home? What if he needs your help more than we need it? You know, I mean, for a little girl to say that is just powerful stuff. I mean, granted, this is a kid that has been born and raised in the apocalypse and knows no other way of life, so maybe this comes so much easier to her than it would to any of us. But wow, what a move. You know, for Judith to give her mother her blessing to go after Rick, That was something. That was really, really something. Wow, just overall great send off episode. I don't know if it was as good as Rick's send off episode, but this one was sure pretty damn good. I think what threw me off was just the shit with Virgil, like why he lied about the weapons, or why. I mean, I knew why he lied about the weapons, but why he drugged her and kept her captive for a couple of days. That shit, and the other people, that shit was a little unclear to me. I'm going to have to do some research after I upload this. But overall, I really liked how they handled it. I loved that Michonne has once again found herself with people, and she's managed to maintain her humanity and her mercy. And she seems to be setting herself down a path to maybe, hopefully, one of these days reunite with Rick in one of the Rick Grimes movie trilogy films, if those are still happening. You know, hopefully they are. And who knows, by the time I'm done uploading this, maybe we'll get some answers from Scott M. Gimple himself, who is appearing on Talking Dead tonight. Hopefully he'll give us some kind of answer or update regarding the future of Michonne and this franchise. Even though she's definitely done with the show, she's not necessarily done with the franchise overall. So, who knows what's going to happen, but it sure is exciting to think about. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching this episode review. What were your thoughts on Michonne's final episode? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. The Walking Dead drops new episodes every Sunday night on AMC. You're not going to want to miss it. It's been a hell of a season so far, with, I'm sure, more intense shit to come. All right, guys, have a great rest of the night. Hey, stay safe out there. Don't forget to wash your hands. And, of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.